Welcome to teptalks.com. In this video, we shall look at examples on how to determine the Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. In today's example, we are given that two examiners marked the scripts of 8 candidates, and then after marking them, they put in the table which is given as shown. Then this table is the one which is including the marks that were awarded by two examiners. We have examiner X and examiner Y. So these are their marks which they are awarded to these 8 candidates. And then out of those marks, they are saying that calculate the Spearman's rank correlation coefficient and comment on your answer. So earlier on, we looked at how or what we need to calculate Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. We said we calculate Spearman's rank correlation coefficient from the ranking of those numbers that you are given. So for this case, these marks which we have been given are in percentage. So if someone obtained, let us say, 90%, and then another one is having 25%, among this one, we take the 90th percentage as the first one, and then we take the one of 25%. If they are one or two, we take him or her as the second. So you are implying that when you are ranking, the one with the highest mark is the one which is going to take the first position, and then the one with the lowest mark will be the one to take the last position. So we can even start ranking them from the table before we transfer it into another table which we shall draw later on. Like if you are ranking here, which one is the first and which one is the second, we start with the X. When you start with X, which one is the highest mark in X or of the examiner X? Examiner X awarded the highest mark as 80. So this one qualified to be our first mark in our first position, the one with the 80. Then when you follow from 80, we have another one as the second one, 50, 75. And then obviously 73 become the third, and then the one with 74 become the fourth, 68. Then the one with 64 become the fifth. Then the one with 60 become the sixth, and then 56 become the seventh, and this one become the eighth. So we grade according to their performance. The one with the highest is always the first, and then the one with the lowest is the last. So the ranking of X is done. Then we go ahead to rank the ranking of Y. So the ranking of Y, first look at which one is the highest. 74 is the one we see the highest by the highest mark by the examiner Y. So we shall name this highest mark as the first, and then we have the second as 68. We have the third as 66. Then this one become our fourth. Then we have fifth. And then we have this one as the 6th, then this one is the 7th, then this one become our 8th. So we shall draw a table that is having, this is our table that is having the ranking of X. When I write this one, I'm meaning the ranking of X. Then after the ranking of X, I have the ranking of Y, which is denoted as other Y. And then we said you go ahead and get the D, the difference D. That is the difference between the ranking X and the ranking Y. And this D can be given as ranking of X minus ranking of Y. Or you can even interchange and say it is ranking of y minus ranking of x. Here what we need is the difference. Then after getting the difference between the two examiners, that is x and y, then you get the square of their difference. So there you are done. Then in our ranking you come and put so we have 80 students. This one become 8. So when you are putting down now the ranking you made, you can include the values in their order how they have given you, or you can leave it out. But for our case here, we have left it out. Now we are going to just include the ranking. That what is our first value? Our first value is 72. Which position did it take? It took the third position. Then the second one was 60. 60 took which position? It took the 6th position. You don't rank that starting with the first 2, 3 in order. No, you rank you put the ranking according to the order of data which you have been given. Even for y, you repeat the same thing according to their order, not mixing that I should start with either the smallest or the biggest. Just put according to this order which they have given you in the question. If you interchange the order, then the calculation will be wrong. Then we put the third one will be 7, 2, 4, 8, 1 and 5. Then you come to y, we have 5, 7, 4, 1, 3, 8, 2 and 6. So that's our ranking, or that's the ranking we have made. Then if you don't want, or if you want to include this data in here in the table, you can include them. Otherwise you can have a column for x, then you put the values and then you identify them from here. But if you want to leave it and you trust that what you are going to do is correct, still it will stand in all for them. Then we have our difference D. We say this is the difference between the ranking, that is ranking of x and ranking of y. So we have 3 minus 5, we shall get negative 2. 6 minus 7, we shall get negative 1. 7 minus 4, we shall get 7 minus 4, we shall get 3. Then 2 minus 1, we shall get 1. 4 minus 3, we shall get 1. 8 minus 8, 0. 1 minus 2, it is negative 1. And then 5 minus 6 is negative 1. That's when we have used the ranking of x minus ranking of y. But you can also use ranking of y minus ranking of x. Still you will get the same thing, but only if you use ranking of y minus ranking of x, this one, where there is negative it will become positive, where there is positive it will become negative. But what will make it the same is here, that we are going to get the ranking or the difference squared. So when you get the difference squared, when you get the square of negative it will give you a positive. The square of positive will remain with positive. That is what will make it the same. So if you get like, if we use the other x minus other y, so if you get negative 2 squared, it will give you negative 2 squared, you get 4. And then for someone who used other y minus other x, we will get 2. But if you get 2 squared still we get 4. That's where the similarity come in. So now since we have seen that they are the same, we can go ahead and get their square. So negative 2 square, we shall get, this one is negative 2 squared including x. So negative 2 squared, we shall get 4. And then negative 1 squared, we shall get 1. 3 squared, we shall get 9. Then 1 squared, 1, 0, we shall still have 0. Negative 1 squared, still we shall get 1, and negative 1 squared shall get 1. Then we need a summation of this squared. It's the one which is important here. That if you add 4 plus 1, or you sum 4 up to 1, this one, the down one, what is it? Your summation. That is 4 plus 1, you get 5. Plus 9, you get 14. Plus 1, 15. 16, 17, and 18. So this one become your summation of b squared. Then they have said after this one it is needed, so it is not asked for, but for you to get Spearman's rank correlation coefficient, you must have this table. Then if you have this table, then there you can get Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. We said we calculate Spearman's rank correlation coefficient from 1 minus 6 summation of d squared out of n into n squared minus 1. So this one, that's how we calculate. So you shall get 1 out, 1 shall get 1. Our Spearman's rank correlation coefficient is equal to 1 minus 6 summation of d squared, we got it as 18. That is 6 times 18 divided by n. N we said is the total number of variables. How many variables are having? We are marking 8 candidates. So our n will be 8. So that is 8 into 8 squared minus 1. Then the answer you get here is the one which is giving you the Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. So Spearman's rank correlation coefficient shall get 6 times 18 divided by 8 into times 63. Then you get the answer 1 minus the answer you get. So the answer I'm getting here is 0.7857. This is our Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. Then they have said comment on your answer. Comment on your answer. Remember the table we add on how to comment and the ranges which is required. When you say check 0.6 from 0.6 to 0.79, we say this one is having high correlation. So what is the comment? The comment will be there is a high. Even you can go ahead to specify that high positive or negative. Since this one is positive, for me I can even specify that there is a high positive correlation between X and between examiner X and examiner Y. So that's how we calculate this rank correlation coefficient, and that's how we name or we comment on our answer which we have got. Thank you for viewing this video.